Up, dog? Alright, so we got this stupid fucking bitch. This is like the fucking governor or something of some stupid fucking state that doesn't even need to exist. What the fuck is South Dakota? Like, what is South Dakota? Like, what the fuck? Has anyone ever met anyone from South fucking Dakota? No, you haven't, because it's, honestly, I think it's a conspiracy. There's a lot of people that say Finland doesn't actually exist. It's all made up. But there's more people in Finland than South motherfucking Dakota. So anyway, the so-called governor of the so-called state of so-called South Dakota. Why are there two states? Why is there North Dakota and South Dakota? What the fuck is this shit? Seriously. You ever notice this? There's North Dakota, South Dakota. There's Virginia and West Virginia. There's North Carolina and South Carolina. How come red states are all these split up bullshits? How come we don't have a North New York and a South New York? What the fuck is this shit? I mean, we can have a whole conversation about turning New Jersey into two states. North Jersey, South Jersey, they should be two fucking states. California? Turn California into 7 states. Why the fuck is there a South Dakota? Like, who made up this imaginary line? Oh, I'm in the North Dakota now. First of all, like, Dakota? Like, can we talk about the gall from these fucking motherfuckers that they literally murder and commit a genocide of all the residents that live there and then have the fucking audacity to name the state after their fucking, like, massacred, genocided fucking tribes? That's fucking crazy. You ever look at county names in the United States? A lot of county names are like indigenous tribes and indigenous words. Isn't that fucked up? And isn't that crazy? That's crazy, okay? They're like, we go in there, we murder all the people that live there, and then name the place after the fucking people that we murdered? That's insane. But you know what else is insane? The so-called governor, Kristi Noem. So this is her comment on Roe v. Wade being overturned. Let's listen.
A fellow Republican, Congresswoman Nancy Mace of South Carolina, was on this program a few weeks ago. And I want to play something she said, because she says she is anti-abortion rights, but she has an exception for rape and incest. Listen to her.
I'm a rape victim myself. And when you realize what's happened in your life, the trauma, the emotional, the mental, the physical trauma in a woman's life, that decision,
I mean, you can tell. Who is Nancy Mace? Like, let me look this person up real quick. Where's she from? Like, so she's a Republican? Goddamn Nancy Mace. South Carolina? Jesus. I mean, like, okay, let me just say this. I'm going to be very clear. And I know what I'm about to say might be a little controversial. But, so Nancy Mace is talking about being a rape victim and the trauma that leaves you. I mean, you can tell. You got to be really traumatized to be a woman, and 2, a rape victim who's also a Republican. Like, damn. Let me tell you, right? Like, that's some fucking crazy shit. Like, this bitch is, like, daily amounts of PTSD. Like, you wake up and you're a Republican. Oh, my God. Like, and you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm really going to be honest. And again, I really just don't give a fuck about Republicans. I don't view them as people in the same way that I would view anyone else. These are people that are depraved, power-hungry morons. You're a rape victim and a Republican? Go fuck yourself. So I'm just throwing that out there. Wow. I got raped, and now the entire political party that I associate with is pro-rape all of a sudden? Whoa! Am I going to do anything about... Am I going to leave the Republican Party and become an independent, a free thinker? No. Not at all. So I don't give a shit if this bitch is a fucking rape victim. But again, what needs to be understood is what Kristi Noem is going to say about this. Oh, you're a rape victim? So fucking what, bitch? That's what she's about to say. Check it out.
She should make that decision with her doctor and between her and her God.
How do you respond to her?
Her and her God. These God people. Yes, God exists. I believe in God. God's my savior. And when I got raped, I was just thinking about how I wish God would save me. Like, Jesus Christ, can you imagine being a God person? And I say this as someone who has been sexually assaulted multiple times, right? Like, imagine, like, I just can't imagine going through that experience, coming out and going like, God, where the fuck was God when you were being fucking assaulted? Like, where was God? God wasn't there because he isn't there because he doesn't fucking exist. Like, these but like, do Republican politicians, how many of these people even believe in fucking God? Versus they say they do for their stupid fucking constituents to manipulate their dumb fuck voters to fucking vote for them. Anyway, what's Kristi Noem going to say?
Or are you open to exceptions for rape and incest?
I think it's tragic what Nancy went through, and my heart goes out to every single woman who's had to go through that situation. I don't know what that's like. What I would say is that I believe every life is precious, and unfortunately law does reflect that if it's to save the life of a mother, that an abortion is still illegal. And we know so much more using technology and science than we did even 10, 15 years ago about what these babies go through, the pain that they feel in the womb, and we'll continue to make sure that those lives are protected. And I just have never believed that having a tragedy or a tragic situation happen to someone is a reason to have another tragedy occur.
So
I
no
would prefer that we
exception for rape or
continue to make
incest?
sure we...
I just like think about this. Imagine being Nancy Mace. Like, fuck her. Fuck her. You're a rape victim and a Republican. Cry me a fucking river, bitch. Seriously, man. Imagine having no self-fucking respect. Imagine having no fucking self-fucking respect at all. Like, this is the same shit with, like, any woman who's a Republican. What the fuck is wrong with you? It says any minority group, as well as women that are Republicans, man. I don't fucking care about your feelings. In fact, I do care about your feelings. I hope that you cry yourself to sleep every night because Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell is the matter with you? You're giving a party power and enabling a party that is literally like rapists. In a lot of these states now that had these trigger laws, rapists have more rights than a woman who is raped. Let that fucking sink in. Let that like, imagine this scenario, like in Texas, right, where they have this bounty program, right? You can rape someone, they become pregnant, they try to get an abortion because they were raped, and then what you can do is you can, like, just sell them out to law enforcement, collect a $10,000 bounty or whatever it is, and then the mother will go to jail, and the kid will go to foster care or be forced to live with a rapist. Like, that's the word. Like, rapists in these states have more rights than the people that they rape. And again, like, oh, but you should report rape. Okay? You know, like, there's literally thousands of rape kits that still haven't been processed in almost every police department in the country. They don't give a shit about, like, fucking prosecuting rapists. They don't give a fuck. Unless there's, like, cold, hard, like, video evidence of it happening or a confession, they really don't give a shit. So you know what? Like, I just can't with Republicans. And don't get me started on Democrats, because, you know what? I'm sick of these fucking Democrats that are, like, doing this fucking stupid bullshit with, like, Henry Cuellar. Anyone who didn't endorse Nina Turner against fucking Shontel Brown and Jessica Cisneros against Henry Cuellar. And, like, and these other primaries that are so important. Like, these people, I don't give a shit about them. Oh, I had an abortion. I got raped. Yeah, okay. What are you going to do to fucking change power in this country? Nothing. So fuck the Democratic, like, corporate fucking sellout losers, too. But, like, let's focus on Republicans here. Like, because these people are depraved. Like, imagine listening to someone literally say, like, their trauma of being raped. They're still a Republican. Laughing stock. And then your response is like, I don't care. Like, that's sad. Sad story, but I don't care. Like, I don't, like, what?
We go forward, and that we're putting resources in front of these women and walking alongside them, getting them the health care, the mental health counseling and service.
So, like, again, now, if Republicans were all of a sudden going full Nazi, right, to the point where they're like, okay, right? Like, we can have health care for our people, right? That would be a better policy than, like, they're just saying, oh, yeah, we should give these mothers mental health care after being raped. Yeah, how much are they going to have to pay for that fucking shit? You know health care isn't free, right? And these are the same governors that, like, deny Medicaid expansion. Like, what? What?
Says that they should need to make sure that we can continue to support them and build stronger families far into the future as well.
So no exceptions.
That's how we build stronger families. Like, the strongest family, you know, like, people talk a lot about the nuclear family, right? But, you know, what's underrated is the rapist family. We need to build strong families where people get raped, carry their rape child to term, and then have to live with the rapist, right? And the rapist has full custody, and then maybe you'll get like a couple free therapy sessions a month. That's a strong family unit. This is like the backbone of America. Like these motherfuckers, man.
This is a debate that's going to continue to happen from state to state, Margaret.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's unique about the United States of America. I love that about this country, is that we have a very limited federal government. The Supreme Court did its job. It fixed a wrong decision it made many years ago and returned this power back to the states, which is how the Constitution.
This, like, states' rights bullshit. Like, this is their talking point. The right wing's talking point is that, like, oh, the federal government not protecting people is good because it's up to the states. Have you seen any of these red states? I don't know the stats for every red state, but I know a good stat for Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin, Democrats get 55% of the vote in Wisconsin for the state legislature, and yet they only have about like 40-something% of the seats. So Republicans have a majority in Wisconsin state legislature while getting less votes overall by a good, like 55% in the Democrats, right? In the vote totals. So, and I know that a lot of these states have similar things, and a lot of them are passing laws that make voting even harder. And then they do that thing where, like, major cities, right? Major cities often vote for Democrats. And major cities will only have like 1 or 2 polling stations, right? So the only option to vote in these cities is to like stand in line for 7 hours, right? So cry me a fucking river about your democracy bullshit. If you think fucking South Dakota is an equal democracy, Jesus goddamn Christ. Like, you are on drugs. You are on fucking drugs.
And our founders intended it.
Right.
So the fear tactics I hear coming out of so many people, from so many pundits and those in the media, scaring women, saying that they're going to have a bigger risk of death because of this decision. What this is going to do is give them the ability to weigh in with their local elected officials to make sure that their state statutes reflect what they need to have their...
I love how the stupid shit fuck host is like, exactly, states' rights. States' rights. Didn't we fight a fucking civil war over fucking states' rights, bro? Like, what the fuck is this shit? States' rights. Like, states' rights is cool for things that, like, you know, like drugs. I'm down with states' rights for drugs. But you know what? If the federal government wanted to come in and legalize marijuana in all 50 states, I'd be down with that. I don't give a shit about states' rights, federal fucking rights. What I give a shit about is human rights. Whatever institution is going to be moving the needle toward human rights, that's all I care about. And then again, these people whine about, oh, mental health. And the same thing with the guns. Mental health. Oh, mental health.
Healthcare and their options and their babies protected and supported.
Mental health. Oh, we need it. Mental health. How about you fucking fund mental health care? Like, these are coming from the same states that didn't even do a fucking Medicaid expansion. Right? Like, I mean, like, seriously, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, these motherfuckers, man, like, Republicans are, like, really just... And I need people to understand, it's not about the hypocrisy. It's not about, like, oh, saying we need mental health and then voting against it. Like all the Republicans that are like, oh, there's a baby formula shortage. Democrats, there's a baby and then they put a bill up, and all the Republicans vote against the baby formula bill. That would have ended the shortage, right? And then they go around after voting against the bill to make there be more baby formula in this country. They go around and say, excuse me, don't you know about the shortage? Like, they don't give a shit about being called out. Like, Matt Gaetz is not, like, scrolling down YouTube, right, and then saying, oh, shit, I got called out for being a hypocrite. This is not relevant to them. It's about power. Like, again, we have a 50-50 Senate. Republicans get 40 million less votes, and yet the Senate is 50-50? 40 million people. I can't get over that shit. So when people whine about, oh, the states' rights and local democracy, what? In what country are you talking about? Because it's certainly not the United States of America. A very large chunk of people in this country don't even vote. Fucking stupid motherfuckers. And then when you try to vote in these states, they will do everything they can to fuck with your vote. And then even if you do vote for Democrats, like in Wisconsin, Democrats win the popular vote almost every time, and yet they have a minority in the state houses. Right? So people need to understand the system is rigged in favor of Republicans every step of the fucking way. It's just that fucking simple. The Constitution, which they love to talk about the Constitution. Stupid fucking bitch. The Constitution says that you don't even have the right to vote. The Constitution says black people are 3/5 of white people. Are you insane? Who gives a fuck about this Constitution? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about the Constitution? I don't give a fuck. At all. I don't give a flying fuck. At all. I'm just so sick of these fucking whiny Republicans. There's always, like, whenever, like, the Republicans do something radical, right? There's always, like, the stupid minority Republican to come trot around and say, this is kind of bad. And then, like, everyone beats them into submission. Like, Nancy Mace, like, going out there saying, yeah, I was raped, and as a rape survivor, I think that this is kind of gross that we don't have exceptions for rape. And then everyone else is, like, beating her into submission. You're like, no, 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 no. Even if you're raped, how dare you even suggest... Having a tragedy or tragic situation happen to someone isn't a reason to have another tragedy occur. Like, a tragedy? Like, I mean, like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, again, it's literally not about any debate. There is no nuanced debate to be had with these people. There isn't one. Anyone pretending that there is a nuanced debate on abortion is a fucking idiot. They're a fucking moron. Like, these are the same motherfuckers that, like, will be in favor of war. Like, mass murder? Like, what's the, like, how many people that support an abortion ban are people that supported the Iraq and Afghanistan invasions? What's the cross-section there? Pro-life my asshole, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. These Republicans, man. I don't feel any sympathy for Nancy Mace. I don't feel any sympathy for Kristi Noem. You know, if she has something tragic happen to her, I don't care. I don't fucking care. These motherfuckers, man. Like, it's ridiculous. It's like that Dan Crenshaw clip. Like, these motherfuckers love to be Republicans and love to manipulate a bunch of fucking stupid redneck neo-Nazi fuckfaces into voting for them. And then whine? Oh, the neo-Nazis. Oh, they're mad at me because I slightly deviated from the norm. I had a somewhat interesting, independent thought for once in my life, and now the neo-Nazis are swarming me. Oh, boo-hoo. Go fuck yourself, man. This is what happens when you have a party founded on the idea that education is a bad thing? These motherfuckers literally have their own fantasy news outlets. They have their own alternative facts. They have their own alternative, like, worlds that they live in. It's ridiculous. Fuck them. As far as I'm concerned, Republicans are aliens. But not like the cool kind of aliens, you know? Like the destroy all humans kind of aliens. You know, the motherfuckers that wouldn't just kill the rest of us. Like, I hate them so much. I hate Republicans. I mean, I really do. I mean, I don't... Like, I'm disappointed with Democrats, but, like, I at least can see the humanity in some Democratic people. But, like, I don't see humanity in Republicans, man. I don't. I really don't. In the same way, I don't think Joe Manchin is a human. I think Joe Manchin is a fucking alien creature. Like, I mean, explain it. Like, explain away his actions. Like, Jim Clyburn... No. Joe Biden? What? Nancy Pelosi? Like, these people are fucking, like dinosaurs that were brought back by aliens and time traveled and then their consciousnesses were put into human bodies. Like, that makes more sense than the fact that you can tell me that that Nancy Pelosi gives a shit. Like, when she says that she gives a shit about abortion rights? Really? I mean, like really? Like, okay. But, like, our government, again, it's dumb motherfuckers get voted in by dumb motherfuckers. It's that simple. And, again, there's no amount of hypocrisy shaming you can do. The hypocrisy is the point. Like, I need people to understand there is no nuanced debate. Them, like, changing their own arguments over and over and over again. Like, the same motherfuckers, like, think about this, okay? The same motherfuckers that are going out there and saying, oh, states' rights. It's actually more democratic because we're giving the power back to the states. Those same people in 2 years are going to be voting for a national abortion ban. When Republicans take control of Congress and then theoretically take control of the presidency, like a President Mike Pence or Donald Trump again, or Ron DeSantis, they are going to sign into law a national abortion ban in 2 or 3 years. Meanwhile, they're telling you right now that, oh, the power's up to the states. Isn't that great? These are the same motherfuckers. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They know that because the lying is part of the point. It's to confuse you. It's to confuse the shit out of you. They don't give a fuck about states' rights. They don't. They're fucking stupid motherfuckers. They're liars. They are professional liars. If you are a psychopath and you know lying can give you an advantage in a political or power arena, and you don't care about lying, you're a psychopath. All you care about is power, right? Why not lie? Why not weaponize the concept of lying as much as possible? Lie about everything so much that there is no truth. That's what Donald Trump did. Like, so, wasn't there like that lie counter? Like, I'm going to look this up. How many times did Donald Trump lie in office? Like, I know someone counted 30,000. 30,000 lies? Like, what? That's like this motherfucker was lying like 8 times a day. That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's the point. If you lie so much, truth becomes so muddled that it doesn't even exist anymore. They don't care. It's not about states' rights. These same motherfuckers that are crying about states' rights are or now, like Mike Pence is coming out there and saying he wants a national abortion ban right now, right? So it's like, but like after the midterms, a year from now, if Republicans take Congress, a year from now, they're going to be passing a national abortion ban in the House and in the Senate. That's what's going to happen in a year from now. And Joe Biden will be the only stopgap. But then he'll probably lose in 2024 because Joe Biden's a horrible candidate and he's probably dead set on running again. And every other Democrat, including Bernie Sanders, unfortunately, would be too afraid to run against him. So we're going to be driving the car off the fucking cliff. Like, these motherfuckers, man, they don't care. And again, boo-hoo, cry tears for the fucking Republican rape victims. You are literally empowering rapists, and yet you're a rape victim? I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself? Go fuck yourself? This is like those same stories. I don't even know. I can't with these motherfuckers.